Samsung S24 users rejoice as we now get the One UI 7 Beta 4 update. So here I do have the S24 Ultra, and just an hour ago I installed the One UI 7 Beta 4. Now guys, it's apparently Android 15. This thing here is my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. As you can see guys, the Google Play System update here is from the 1st of October, same here. The version on the S24 Ultra is the ZYBA. Here we do have the AYA1. But let's check the security patch level, and I do believe that we have an interesting situation guys, because my S24 Ultra, although being with the beta of the One UI 7 Beta 4, it's running on the Android security patch level of the 1st of February. I know there is an update, the first update for the S25 series, but I don't really get that yet. So I'm running the out-of-the-box version, which is from the past. It's December 2024. And in this video, guys, I'm gonna show you all the new things that Samsung decided to include in the Beta 4 update of One UI 7 in the S24 Ultra. We're gonna be doing some animation testing versus the stable One UI 7 and the S25 Ultra. And if you're here for the first time, just please make sure to go and watch some of my older videos. Guys, now let's start. We're gonna be starting with the changelog. So apparently they fixed some bugs. I guess that's obvious. Yeah, it's still a beta. And they also added Samsung log video in the camera. This is in the Pro camera for the S24 Ultra. Some of the new features that arrived with the S25 series. They also fixed the user interface error of the lock screen and always on display. We can check this. Fix the quick panel UI error, the grouping alarm error, the problem of stuttering when releasing fingerprints. So these are things I'm gonna check. And also the problem of disappearing the top bar from the home screen, and modify the animation that was unnatural when opening and closing the app recently. I like the way they phrase it, unnatural animation. Also, fix the problem that there is a gap in the status bar after installing the Good Lock Quick Start. We might as well want to check. Now this update is ZYBA. It is 1400 megabytes guys, and without any further ado, first let me go directly and show you the new things that I've added. Now pay attention, there are still some discrepancies between the interface and the One UI 7 in the S25 Ultra. From here I can toggle on and off the watermark, and this still does not exist here. But hey guys, at least we got this new option. So what are those AI filters guys? Now when you open the camera and you click here, you're gonna get some nice presets. So we have the original one. Then guys, when you click here, you have the option to modify certain ticks. We have breeze, we have pulse, we have crystal, and you can see how the whole exposure and the whole outlook of the image changes. This is because guys, you're able to manipulate certain things such as strength, right? So you can just decide the strength of the filter. But then also guys, we have the color temp, and you can see really how the colors are going from colder to warmer ones. Then also the contrast, and guys, believe it or not, but also the saturation. So you can just go and enhance the saturation. Also, you can add film grain if you want, and you can see those things really work. And when you take a photo like this, yeah, it's going to be processed exactly in the very same way that you get to see it from the viewfinder, which is something cool, I guess. And yeah, I know Apple iPhone also did that with the 15 Pro Max. Now, what is cool about those filters is, guys, apparently you can reset them if you don't like them, but you can create your own by using other photos. So let's say I like the outlook of my picture, right? I like the visual representation from this photo. I can now use this as a basis, and I can create my own filter. Or let's say I want to use this one here. All right, so this one here is a bit more yellowish, as you can see. Or maybe I'm gonna go for this. This is a bit more on the bluish side, and you can see the whole scene changes. And yeah, if you don't like this, then you can still go and choose some of the original ones. The best thing is that you can adjust those settings. So I'm gonna dial down a bit the saturation, guys, and you also have the option to go back and see what is the original one. All right, so this is, I guess, oriented at people that want to apply some heavy processing on their photos, and I think it's a good thing to have. And this is only one of the new features. If I go back to my camera and I go to more and I select the Pro Video, now you're gonna see that I'm finally able to shoot log video. And this works exactly in the same way I do have it for the S25 Ultra, right? So I can turn on log, this will disable HDR. Now I can record log video. And guys, this is not new, right? It's been there since a while, but this is giving you some very fine control over the zoom. And there is something that I want to check, guys. On the S25 Ultra, once I have shot log video, I have the option to directly correct it on the phone. That's good. We got the indication that this is possible here. So how does it work? You just swipe up, guys, and there's going to be something called correct color. So this is going to apply one of the standard Samsung LUTs that they're using. By the way, you can go on their website. They are providing two LUTs. You can use them later in DaVinci or Adobe Premiere or whatever your editing tool is to color grade with the Samsung LUTs. And of course, you're able to use other LUTs as well. So I'm really happy to see that this time the update is not only on providing bug fixes, but also providing some meaningful features like the log video and also these AI color filters is a good direction. I know there is already a lot of dissatisfaction with Samsung for delaying the stable for One UI 7 beta. Some people even hinting the fact that we might get beta 5, beta 6, beta 7, and that the final thing will arrive in May, which is actually very bad, guys. Just think about timing. But nevertheless, guys, I've been using One UI 7 from the beta 1 and I didn't really had a lot of issue with this, so I just hope that the beta 4 will be very close to the end product. But there are some things that are missing, like for example the now brief, and those are things that I would like to see inside the S24 Ultra and the S23 Ultra and all the other phones. So at this moment of time, I don't know if Samsung will decide to somehow keep those features gated, you know, only for the latest S25 series. If they decide to do so, I can tell you this is not going to be perceived well by the community. But forget everything else. Now, guys, let's just check the interface. All right, this here is my quick settings. Let's click on the nearby devices. This is something cool, by the way. This was not there in the previous version, so I'm not sure why they did not add this in the changelog, but last time I checked, nearby devices also was not available. So this is also a new feature, guys. You can now connect devices to your phones like smartwatches or, you know, your buds or any other Bluetooth devices, and they're going to appear here with a line and you can disconnect them. So this is again something that they seems to have added, and yeah, we don't really got this in the changelog, but I'm happy to report one more feature that apparently was added. Now let's check the notifications. I guess no big issues here. I want to check something else, guys. If I go inside the home settings and I click on the settings, if I scroll down, there's going to be something called more customizations, and this will directly open the home app module from GoodLock if you have this pre-installed. So why am I doing this? Because I want to show you that I'm using the same home gesture animation tuning for the S24 Ultra and my S25 Ultra, and this is the elegance. This is supposed to be a bit more like iOS, I guess, but nevertheless, I want to use the same settings, guys, because now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open all my recent applications, close them, and I'm going to be opening some applications with you to check the animations. And yes, guys, I know I'm going to open applications directly from my home screen. Thanks for noting. So let's start with Telegram. All right, going outside one more time. You might have noticed that I'm using the same wallpaper in both phones to be able to assess the apps opening and closing animations, the blur that is also applied, and the zoom in and zoom out effect. So let's do this one more time. All right. Yeah, it's kind of similar, guys. Let's open also Instagram. So I'm just gonna scroll down. Something that I know is not a good thing. The moment I go for the first time and I invoke the viewfinder, the screen refresh rate drops from 120 Hz to 60 Hz, and the first time it looks choppy. Now let's go outside. The animation was more or less okay. One more time around the viewfinder, and this is how it works. Now let's open the camera. Okay, I'm gonna go to the front camera. Okay, go outside, open, outside. Yeah, not bad, guys. I have a feeling that the S25 Ultra is just a tiny bit faster. Of course, this is a brand new phone and it does also use Snapdragon 8 Elite. It's not an excuse for the S24 Ultra to not be on par with the Gen 3. So if I just time it absolutely at the same time, I think it's absolutely the same most of the times, all right? Still, the S25 Ultra somehow feels a bit more edgy and a bit more faster, but I guess, and I hope that the S24 Ultra will reach that level too. Now let's open the Samsung store. All right, outside gallery, outside store. All right, let's open Play Store. Yeah, you can see, guys, it works really nice for a beta. And this was also my observation when I start using the first beta. Like, I didn't really had a lot of issue with it, and now we are already in beta 4. Let me know, guys, what you think down below for the apps closing and apps opening. This is the recent menu. I'm gonna close everything. Now let's open everything briefly. Since X, Instagram, go outside Facebook, all right, the store, all right, the gallery, and the Play Store. And you can see the performance of the S24 Ultra is not that bad at all. And of course, this is still a flagship phone. So now guys, let's try to check some of the bug fixes that they introduced. We're gonna do this by going inside the always on display and making sure that we're utilizing the same settings. Now, show lock screen on wallpaper is active, guys. Here we do have the erase background. I'm going to enable the erase background here as well. Show navbar is set to on, and I also changed when to show to be set to always. It's pretty much the same thing. Now with a double tap, I'm gonna go back on my always on display, and of course I just have different fonts here, but overall, oh, okay guys, you notice this? Nah, the first time I think the S25 Ultra is just a tiny bit better with rendering the rest of the wallpaper. All right, let me just time this exactly at the same time. All right. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit better. And now let's go and open. Yeah, because again, there was also a bug related to the fingerprint animation. And I think right now it works all right. But if I just compare it, you can see the S25 Ultra somehow blazing fast. I went back to my fingerprint settings. Yeah, show animation when unlocking. It's kind of the same. You know what? I'm just going to disable this and I'm going to try this one more time and see what happens. This is the always on, a double tap to go back on the lock screen. Faster here, and now I'm going to enter the home menu. Yeah, all right guys, one more time. It was certainly better on the S25 Ultra. I'm going to enable the animation one more time. Let's check it with the animation. All right, always on, lock screen, and now, yep. Yeah, sometimes it's the same. Sometimes though the S25 Ultra still doing a better job. Let's try to close all the applications. What I want to do right now is a manual test with the animation fluidity. I'm not sure if it's placebo or the S25 Ultra just feels a bit more snappier. But I guess that's understood. Again, first it's a brand new phone, second it has a faster CPU. None of this of course is an excuse, right? Like the 8 Gen 3 should be really fast enough for activities like this. And now that I'm doing this, I have a feeling that the S24 Ultra is certainly very close, if not the same, guys. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. One more time, I'm gonna close everything. Now let's speed open all the apps here. Telegram, X, Instagram, Facebook, going outside store, all right, gallery, and then Play Store, and then the recent menu, guys. Yeah, I think absolutely the same, guys. It seems to me that the S24 Ultra just got a nice One UI 7 Beta 4 update. I'm looking for some inconsistencies. I'm not able to spot that many. Again, there are some features that are still not available, like the midday brief. Let's briefly check that. It seems that the AI select works right now, so I'm just going to circle here, and I'm going to use the same on the S25 Ultra. All right, let's see, we're going to get the same. Translation, set as wallpaper. All right guys, there are these minor differences. Here I can use some generative edit, here not yet, but I don't think it's a huge issue. What can I do with the generative edit? All right, it's just going to take a screenshot and let you edit, and from here I can once more select the car and then try to edit it. Right, what happens when I go and click the AI button here? I'm going to just try to circle here, and you can see with this new software, you know, it is doing a great job. Now here guys, I can probably do the same, but you can see it's not so fancy, so the outline is different, but technically it should be doing the same. And now if I want to just delete this, I should be hopefully able to delete and create something. On the S25 Ultra, the generative AI is doing a marvelous job. Now guys, let's check the S24 Ultra. Again, the selector is different, but it pretty much does the same. So the functions are the same, just this fancy glowing line is a bit different from the dotted line that we have here. Okay, maybe, you know, yeah, the results are not so comparable. Nevertheless, guys, this has been the One UI 7 Beta 4 on the S24 Ultra, and I really hope that I was able to answer a lot of your questions. Now, I guess you will have more questions. Just hit me up in the comments below, and if you like videos like this, just please go and watch my full coverage on One UI 7 and the S25 Ultra so far. Gaming test, performance test, some tests that I don't think you're gonna see somewhere else. Thank you so much. Stay safe. VST over, and bye.